A boxer does not get connection. A boxer earns opportunities. You fight to survive. If you don't kill, they'll kill you. If you don't beat, they'll beat you. Go to America, everyone is fighting each other. As much as they know the business side, they are all fighting crack fighters. I enjoy watching every fighter, good or bad. I enjoy watching them. All of them has got something unique that you need to pick out of them. So I enjoy watching all of them. You can be a good boxer, but to become a good trainer is a whole total package, and I don't think I have that. My name is Agbeko, a professional boxer from the juvenile, amateur, and yeah, I started boxing because of my name, King Kong, as in my real name. So I guess my name pushed me into boxing. That was how I got into boxing. I met a man called Mr. Comey, who was a boxer for National Fire Service. He introduced me to a coach called Coach Amalai at Megawoode. It was an early morning workout, so my family wasn't approving of it, so I had to stop. And then later on, I started going to fire service by myself to learn. I would say there's a big difference. Everybody value their time. All fighters value their time. They will say their time was the best. But practically, I would say boxing ended during my time as an amateur boxer and also as a professional boxer, because going into juvenile and amateur boxing, there was a lot of attention from the government and the media and everything on amateur boxing. Amateur boxing was getting enough attention. Even the national team, they were getting enough of attention and support from the government and corporate, and they command a lot of respect as an amateur boxers. When you are in the national team, when professional boxers look at you, they respect you. They see you as a talent. They see you as someone who may become better than they are, So there was a lot of respect to the amateur boxers from the government to the boxing fraternity. During our time, the competition was very huge, On my second fight, I fought Malik Jaber. Malik Jaber was someone whom I was battling with at the national level as an amateur boxer. With the weight, we were fighting over the light flyweight, and it has been very competitive between the two of us. And moving to professional, we faced each other on my second fight and his first fight. So that was the level of competition in the game during that time. But nowadays, we don't get to see that competition. Sometimes the main event is competitive, but the rest look like a matchup fight, which I think is killing Ghana boxing, is killing the patronage, is killing the competition in Ghana boxing. If there's anything I will have to change around boxing, what would that be? I think I'm working on something that could help, or that I believe will help, and it's on its way. Amateur boxing needs a lot of attention. I think professional boxing, they need a lot of competition. They said only the strongest survive. So when we all building fighters in Ghana and we want to showcase Ghana to the world, we should let all the good fighters, because everyone who claims they are good are the ones who want to be boxers. They are not even getting proper competition, proper tournaments for them to build themselves, which they are ready for it. But with professional boxing, I think we are babying a lot of fighters. We are giving a lot of fighters easy fights, and which is not helping the boxing. So we should allow them flow. We should allow them fight each other. Look, go to America. Everyone is fighting each other. As much as they know the business side, they are all fighting crack fighters. If you go to America and you see a fighter who has maybe 11 fights and 6 losses, that means he has even lost more than he has won. And then he faces a Ghanaian fighter who has 21 fights, 19 KOs and 2 on points. That means he has won all the 21 fights. Matching with the 11 fights, the American 11 fights with 6 losses and see who wins. The American fighter end up knocking our fighter down because all that 11 fights, the 6 that he has lost, including the 5 that he has won, all are very competitive fights, and those fighters prepared him for any battle ahead of him. But with the Ghanaian fighter, all the 21 fights, no competition. I would say Ghana has a lot of good trainers, a lot of good fighters, hungry ones. When you go to the beach, maybe around 3-4 p.m., you see a lot of fighters going to run at the beach before going to the gym. You see their trainers standing on them, putting in that hard work. And those boxers are nowhere. They haven't gotten to the world. They haven't gotten to anywhere. So they are not making anything. The government is not supporting. And the boxing authority is not organizing clinics for them to be able to learn a lot of things, for them to be able to improve on their knowledge. So I think we'll always be at where we are. But they are doing their best. They are putting in their best. Which boxer do I enjoy watching? I enjoy watching every fighter, good or bad. I enjoy watching them. All of them has got something unique that you need to pick out of them. So I enjoy watching all of them. Either the one who's been losing or the one who's been winning. I enjoy watching all of them. A boxer does not get commission. A boxer earns opportunities. Our job is fighting. You fight to survive. If you don't kill, they'll kill you. If you don't beat, they'll beat you. So we stand in there, we fight with tears and blood, and that ends opportunities for us. Working together with Roger Mayweather and his family was a great experience for me. I learned a lot out of them in terms of technically as in boxing, and then the business side of boxing. I learned a lot from them. I would say I see some of the fighters and some of the up and coming fighters, and I see myself in them. But they are not fully packaged as I am. They could look either much better or worse than I am. I'll say everyone is unique in their own way. Someone can pick 1 or 2 out of someone and make it their own. You can't be like someone directly. Definitely you may pick 1 or 2 and develop it and become yourself. So I would say I don't see myself in anyone. My toughest opponent, I would say it's called Johannes Maisa. He's from South Africa. I went all the way to South Africa. That was when no Ghanaian fighter was winning a fight in South Africa, and I went there and they thought I was going to lose, and I was out. Like I was, my breath, my strength, my fitness, everything was totally out by the first round, and I was able to pull through. I was able to come back, and I was able to win that fight. And that fighter gave me a hell of a tough time, and I consider that fight as my toughest fight. In the first fight with Mares, how did I learn? The only thing I learned from that fight was, all I could learn from that fight was racism. The boxer that I wanted to fight, and I didn't get the opportunity to fight him. Nonito Done, during the Super 4 tournament, it was supposed to be Super 6, and I really wanted to fight him, and the participants were very tough. Myself, Mares, Yanni Perez, Vic Datignan, and Donne pulled out. He didn't participate, and I would say Donne was one of the fighters I really wanted to fight, and I couldn't come on. First of all, for me being able to become a boxer, I would say it was a big achievement for me to be able to become a boxer because my parents didn't give me the chance to become a boxer. I have to move from my mom to my dad to my grandmother, here and there, here and there. I have to run away, come to Accra Central to come and live sometimes. They'll look for me, find me, take me back home. So it was a struggle, a big struggle for me to be able to get the chance to actually be accepted to be a boxer. And I would say it's a great achievement. Should you expect me to becoming a trainer? I would say no. Of course, I can look at a boxer and teach him one or two things, but I don't think I have the ability as a trainer. Being a trainer is another work. You can be a good boxer, but to become a good trainer is a whole total package, and I don't think I have that. Upcoming boxers. My advice has always been the same advice. If you stay ready, you are never going to get ready. So every time you always have to be ready. I took this out of my personal experience. The first time I got a chance to fight for the championship, it was a 3 weeks notice to go in for a big fight, for a big championship. That was the opportunity of my life, and it came within a 3 weeks notice. So if I wasn't ready, then that means I would definitely miss that opportunity. But God being on my side, I was working, I was ready, and I was able to grab it. So I would advise every up and coming fighter to always stay very active, stay ready, and then when you're ready, you're never going to get ready. First of all, I think the boxing fraternity, as in the boxers, they need a union, a solid union, a proper organized union as fighters. In boxing, if there is no boxer, there's never going to be a fight, an authority, a referee, or any other person. It takes the fighter and the trainer to make a boxer. So I think the boxers need to have a boxing union where they can stand for their right, they can stand for what they deserve. That way I think boxers will get the proper freedom. Most boxers have been stuck in bad contracts. Most boxers have been stuck with bad management. Most boxers are not getting the right promoters to promote them, and they are handicapped. They can't say a thing. They can't do anything. They can't fight over it, and they don't have anyone to fight for them. They don't have anyone to stand for them, and they are the boxing. They stand for everything. Without them, there won't be no boxing. So I think that's what the boxers need to do. Keep watching Real Ghana Boxing.